Do you want some insanity tea while we sit by the creek? Yeah, you do. And if you know who I am, this has nothing to do with me or the prior homeowners. Consider this a side quest. If you don't know who I am, good. I'm on your For You page, and you need to buckle in and sit down and grab a glass of wine. Because here we go. In the year 1999, the city of Brighton, Colorado wanted to buy 17 acres from a family-owned farm so that they could put up a grocery store in the local community. They worked out a price, the land was sold, and all was well. But then, in 2005, the city of Brighton came back to the family farm and told them that they would need 70 feet of their land in order to expand a road. A road! They were able to get it, of course. And then one day, in 2022, a man named Jack came knocking. And not only that, but Jack came with an offer of $75,000 just to run a stormwater pipeline through the land that the family owned and had been running for nearly 100 years, the Palizzi Farm. The owner of the farm, a woman named Debbie, told Jack, "I'm not young, I'm not stupid, and it's not going to happen." We don't know exactly what happened after Debbie told Jack no, but what we do know is that just a year later, in 2023, Jack became president of the Parkland Metropolitan District in Brighton, Colorado. This will prove incredibly problematic for our protagonist, Deb, because not only is Jack president of the Parkland Metropolitan District, but Jack is also a land developer who has his eyes on Debbie's land. He's also got a real big vision to build apartments in the area that, ironically enough, require a stormwater pipeline straight through the Palizzi Farm. But this time, he's not offering $75,000. No, this time he is using his position and power atop the Parkland Metropolitan District to work within the judicial system to leverage eminent domain. Translation: land theft. It seems like Jack has found a way. But before he gets the green light, he must first get the approval from the council members atop the city of Brighton in order to approve eminent domain on behalf of Parkland Metropolitan District. So Jack, leveraging all the power of the Metropolitan District, asked the city of Brighton to approve his plans for a stormwater drainage pipe straight through Palizzi Farms, just as he always wanted. When asked, very specifically, whether or not their plans would negatively impact the farm's ability to continue operating, they said with a full chest to all of the council members in Brighton that, of course, the farm would be able to continue operating just as it always had. In a tragic, twisted turn of events, this turned out not to be true. In fact, by the mere introduction of a stormwater drainage pipe through the center of Palizzi Farms, the farm would in effect be rendered inoperable and would have to shut down after nearly 100 years of serving the community. Had the council members of Brighton understood that before they voted to approve or deny the eminent domain plans put forth by Jack, sitting now atop as president of the Parkland Metropolitan District, they perhaps might have voted no to his proposed plans. But that's not what happened. Instead, the council members of Brighton voted to approve the eminent domain plans under the false pretense that those plans would not harm the farm. But the funny thing about the truth, it has a way of coming out. And the council members did eventually figure out that they were misled by Jack atop the Parkland Metropolitan District, requesting eminent domain for a pipe through a farm that he proposed a $75,000 offer to in 2022 and was told no. Unfortunately, because of bureaucratic red tape, the council members are unable to retract their approval vote for eminent domain proceedings to go forward by Parkland Metropolitan District, to which Jack is a head of and also the developer. So the approval stands, even though it was given under false pretense. However, that's not the end of this story, because now the city of Brighton has decided, under immense public pressure, to establish an ordinance which would apply to all developers looking to start any and all projects in their district. This ordinance would hold developers to their word before they're able to break any ground, per se. Translation: Even though Brighton City can't reverse their approval of eminent domain to Parkland Metropolitan District, which was really to Jack, they can legally bind and hold Parkland Metropolitan District, which is really Jack at this point, to his word, which is, whatever his plans are, the farm, Palizzi Farm, must continue to operate just like they promised it would be able to do in their testimony to the city of Brighton. And if they can't figure out a way to do that, then they can't begin development. And while this is happening, the case sits atop a judge's desk who ultimately holds veto power on the entire agreement for an eminent domain pipe through the farm. But we haven't heard from her yet. And all of this brings us to current day. And if you're still here, you're here for a reason. You're supposed to bang the drum and change the outcome. Right now, Jack, he's probably feeling like he pulled a fast one, that he got away with something, that he used his clever, innate, strategic abilities, his capitalistic mindset, to put himself exactly where he needed to be, which is at the top as the president of a metropolitan district where he can effectively serve himself instead of the people that he was supposed to serve, because screw them. And here's how you can do it. Email me and I will email you all of the addresses for all 9 council members in the city of Brighton. Let them know how you feel. And not necessarily about Jack and not about eminent domain. We all hate that. But specifically about the desire that the council members of Brighton work together to create an ordinance that has some teeth, that will hold Jack ultimately accountable for the things that he promised them and make sure that the farm could continue to operate despite his plans. How this ends is totally up to us. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back.